Hi, good night everyone. It's me Nathan again. And today I want to talk about personalities, especially the spectrum of introvert and extrovert person. So, since I was a kid, I always kind of confused of myself. Like, am I a outgoing person or am I more of an introverted person? Because since I was a kid, I like to socialize. I like to play with my friends. I like to spend time, and I like meeting people. Okay, and I like to talk, especially to those that I know, to those that I has have been closer with. But also at the same time, I really like to take my time alone. I really like to be lonely, or no, not lonely, to be alone. I like to have my own time, to spend my time with no one else around. And when the first time I learned about these personalities, especially like the introvert or extrovert, I'm so confused. Like, am I extroverted or introverted? And now I've until this moment I've took like 4 MBTI tests online and offline, and all of them always give me the similar result on the I or E word, like the spectrum, right? The extrovert or introvert. I always get almost balanced. Like the first time, I remember it was like 43, if I mean 47, 53, and then the next one like for like 51, 49, and then the next one like 40, 14, 8, 52, and then the next one like 49, 51. And it's always like almost 50-50. Like every time I took those tests, and I've come to a conclusion that I'm an ambivert. And I want to talk about how it really feels to be an ambivert, because it's, I think, for some cannot relate, but I think some of you can relate, and it's an interesting perspective, I guess. So, first of all, I like to observe, okay? Especially when socializing at first, especially when I get to a new kind of environment, to new places and new people that I never met, that I didn't know at all. I like to observe, and I take a long time observing. Like, it could take me months. Like, in those months, I will be so introverted and say like so little of things, because I need to get used to the environment and I need to know like certain people. But when I have know how the people is, and I get I already get close with some of them, like what 2 or 3 people, I can get really extroverted, because at that point I was comfortable with, and I know the kind of like how to socialize, and the kind of limitation that I need to take or to keep in mind. But I also can express myself more clearly, and I like to express and especially make jokes in front of everyone. And I didn't really care about the bad assumption, because I know I'm just being real and I'm just having fun with my friends. So that's it. That's one of the things about me socializing and ambivert socializing. I take my time to be an introvert, to observe, but then after I observe everything, I'm my extroverted side just blows out. Okay. And also one of the things that I realized, that I learned, that I like, okay, wait, before I talk about that, let's talk about the meaning of being introvert and extrovert. So being an introverted person doesn't mean that you will be shy, you cannot talk to anyone, and you don't want to be around a lot of people. But being introverted just means you restore your energy when you're alone. And when you're an extroverted person, it's the opposite. When you're alone, you get drained, but when you're around people, you get your energy. So being in the middle of that, I need to balance it out, and it's kind of hard. It's sometimes is difficult because when, for example, I am outside the whole day, like for hours, I I get really drained and my social battery is low because I meet a lot of people, and um, it's like I wanna rest and wanna have alone time. Like at least if I'm going out all day, I wanna have like 1 or 2 hours just me being alone doing something or thinking about something. But also at the same time, if I spend the whole day just being alone in my room, I will get really this like frustrated frustrated. For example, when it was a long holiday after I graduated from high school, I spent most of my time alone. Like I could like not step my foot outside like in a week, and not even a week. Like if I didn't get any like social conversation in a day, I will feel so drained. Like I don't want to, like I cannot do anything. I lost my purpose, and I just need to talk to someone. Even though if it's only through calls or Discord, I need to talk to someone, and I need to like just talk and just do something and socialize. So I have to balance this out, and it's kind of hard because why? Because sometimes when my friends like ask me to go out with them, I want to go out with them, but also at the same time I don't want to go out for that long, and I want to have I have my limitations, and I have my like, oh, I'm just gonna go out for this long, and then I'm gonna go home, rest, and then have my alone time. But sometimes because I do that, people just thinks I'm cocky or what's the word, I don't know. They just think I'm selfish or don't want to go out with them. No, man, I want to go out, I want to be with you guys, but also I want to be alone. Okay, I need my time to be productive, to think about myself, not about myself, with myself, with no distraction from other people. But I also want to talk with them. It's kind of a dilemma between those two things. So I just have to balance it out. I like going out, I like seeing things, and I like sceneries. I want to go out, but also at the same time, I need my time alone. So, yeah, that's it, I think. That's how I felt being an ambivert. Wait, let me think about any other things. Okay, just want to add some other things. Maybe being an ambivert is a advantage, but also disadvantage, because first I can like adapt and be in different environments all in the same ones in the same time, because I can connect with introverted people but also with extrovert ones. But at the same time, the disadvantages is it's really hard to balance it out, to balance my alone time, and also when I socialize, I need those two. I cannot be comfortable with just one. So, but I need to point this out. Being an introverted person or extroverted person doesn't mean that you cannot. For example, if you're introverted, doesn't mean you cannot talk to a lot of people. Okay, as I has explained, it's just the way you observe. It's just the way you reserve your energy. So, um, doesn't mean that if you're introverted, you will have a fixed mindset of, oh, I naturally cannot talk to people and I just be alone every time. No, okay, those things traits is trainable. Yes, there are people that are naturally good with talking and they can connect with more people more naturally, but that doesn't mean that we people cannot connect with other people too. You just gotta get used to it and have your own way to socialize. Know what other people need, know what you want, know how you communicate. And for extroverted people, um, doesn't mean you gotta be all nice, all good, people pleaser, and gotta meet every people expectation in your every social interaction and relations. But you can also be yourself. Think about yourself. Being connected with other people doesn't mean they control you. You can control yourself. You can be honest with yourself, and I think that's it. Being ambivert is really an experience. Yeah, I love you guys. Please express yourself and don't put any limits just because your personality is this or that. Use it as your advantage. So yeah, thank you for tonight. Love you introverted people and love you extroverted people. I love everyone. Okay, let's go. Have a nice life.